If you like using your van on a regular basis but don't want to sacrifice that handling, this video is for you.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, now that was an extreme example, probably never going to happen to you, but hey, we got to have some fun with these videos. Anyway, today what we're going to do is we're going to replace the front lower control arm bushings in my VW Vanagon. Now you can see these are not the one-piece style that comes from the factory, that rubber. These ones are polyurethane, they're from Go Westy, they are two-piece. And they're supposed to work really well and not squeak. So I figured, hey, you know what? I would give them a try. Why not? I did find them on sale. They're still expensive, but anyway, I should mention that this video is not sponsored in any way. I bought these with my own money. It was like 10 or 15% off. So just full disclosure on that. So you guys can go buy whatever type of bushings you want. Just saying, I'm gonna try these. So anyway, let's get on with it. What we need to do is get underneath the vehicle. There is a 19 mil on both sides. Obviously one is going to be the bolt and one is going to be the nut side. This one was really, really tight and it was tough to get out. You can see I'm turning the nut, which is super tight, and the bolt wasn't even turning when I was loosening up the nut.
All right, guys, as you can see, we have a serious problem.
All right, now anyone that's wrenched on vehicles has made that sound before. So yeah, the bolt was just stuck and some love from the impact really helped.
There we go, folks.
Next up, I took a punch and I was able to drive the bolt out. Now a little trick what I did is I put a ratchet on it and just twisted the ratchet and pulled the bolt sort of at the same time by making the socket tight on the bolt head. And I was able to get it out that way. And you know, I was really lucky that I didn't have to cut the bolt, because sometimes when they spin, it just spins within the bushing, and the sleeve is just so bad that, anyway, you have to cut it out. Maybe I'll put a link for the rear suspension arms. If I'm thinking correctly, that happened on the rear suspension arms and I had to cut them out. Anyway, here's what they look like. You can see quite rusted up, definitely in need of replacement. So I have this tool here. It's just a hollow piece of pipe here and some nuts and a long rod. You can set it up like this. And you're going to use the threaded rod with two nuts locked at the end to draw that bushing into the pipe, as you can see, that's on the other end. And that's going to take it out. And actually now you can see it sort of ripped it in half, but it doesn't matter as long as it's loose. You can see here's half of it in the pipe. I'll just push it out. That's what half of it looks like. And then the other half should just pop out easy, just like so. If you have a different way of getting them out, please let me know. I'd be interested. But anyway, this is how I got them out. Next up, I took a wire wheel on an angle grinder just to clean out some of the rust. And you should wear a mask when you're doing this, especially with power tools, because take a look at this. You can see that rust coming out and you do not want to breathe that. So please do that. Now here you can see I'm taking it apart and I thought it was going to slide in really, really easy, but it actually didn't. I had to clamp it, and this was after using the wire wheel. So maybe I didn't polish the surface enough. I'm not exactly sure, but I will tell you, I did this exact same job on another Vanagon where the bushings were in much better shape than these bushings. So there was like no rust and everything just slid in by hand. I didn't have to use this tool that I'm showing you right now. So I didn't have to use this makeshift clamp to push it in. I just didn't have to do it. So I'm wondering if it just had something to do with the excessive rust on this one, even after I cleaned it. So I don't know what the difference was, but just letting you know. And now I'm just removing the rubber block, and then we have to line up the bolt. Now pushing the suspension piece in is actually quite easy. You can see it, but lining up the bolt is not as easy. I initially used a punch to line up the hole, and now I'm just using a ratchet to sort of try to thread it in. And I can use a hammer to tap it in, but you'll see it's gonna stop when it hits the last ear right here, or I guess the rear ear, whatever you want to call it. And you can see there the bolt is turning. So how I was able to twist the suspension pieces, I took a jack and I applied just a little bit of pressure, and I was able to line up the hole and then give it a few taps with the hammer, and then the bolt went through. Now, one thing to note when you're using washers is I believe these are supposed to be class 10 washers, so just inspect it when you're done. Here I grabbed just a washer from my toolbox, and obviously it wasn't the right washer, because you can see, and I want to show this to everyone, how this washer actually flattened. I was actually quite amazed. Here I'm tightening it up, and then there we go. There was a torque wrench click, 65 foot-pounds, and look at the washer. It's like squished. So of course I removed the nut and got a better washer and then retorqued it, and it is much better. I'll show you a picture of that. So just make take note if you don't reuse the factory washers. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, anything like that, please leave them below. I am GarageKing, and I hope to see you again.